And as long as there aren't people who don't take interventions, or if they do, they still stick to 3 minutes. Nick Fletcher.
Mr Speaker, I want to speak directly to all the points raised very quickly. Firstly, being able to take a test instead of self-isolation, I think that's a positive move forward. And masks, nobody likes wearing them, but most people can see the benefits of them, so I'm okay with that. NHS frontline staff, after careful consideration, in my opinion, should have the vaccine. They have a duty to do no harm, and while we know the virus can still spread, the chances are reduced. Again, having spoken with local health professionals, there is some understandable concern from NHS employees who are pregnant, so I would ask that these members of staff are given the assurance they need from the Secretary of State and the Chief Medical Officer that this vaccine is safe at whatever stage they are at their pregnancy. With regards to the concern over many health professionals leaving the profession, I have been assured that this would not be the case, at least in Doncaster, as most of the frontline workers have seen the devastating effect of COVID and have gotten the vaccination. I know many colleagues on these benches are struggling with vaccine passports, and I do understand their concerns, but this is not a vaccine passport. It is COVID status certification. It allows negative lateral flow tests or proof of vaccination. It is only for venues that carry high risk, and I personally think it would be selfish for anyone not to take a test before going to a large event anyway. I know many people complain about long queues when boarding a plane, but who would want to get on a plane where there was no security? I feel this is the same. And it's not as though people who have not had the vaccine are just putting themselves at risk. The people who are not vaccinated and require hospitalisation when they become ill with COVID are blocking beds and causing huge backlogs on elective care. 2/3 of patients in DRI with COVID are unvaccinated, and that's just not fair on the person who has been waiting for that hip operation for 18 months or any other elective procedure. Preparing oneself for a major surgery only for it to be cancelled because another bed has been taken by someone who is unvaccinated is hugely frustrating. So I will be voting with the government today, but I ask that they don't take my vote for granted, and that if we see no real increase in hospitalisation, then this legislation does expire on the 26th of January, and that the government does not seek to extend it. The working from home, although not being voted on today, is only guidance, but it will cause much disruption to small retail, and so I hope the government will keep a close eye on that. And finally, I ask my constituents to understand that I am voting on these measures today, not because I have been whipped to do so, but after careful consideration and speaking to many local professionals, I believe this is the right thing to do.
Anthony Magno.